I always talk to our players about the difference between success and significance. When I got the Buccaneers head job in 1996, I was at a podium just like this in the meeting room with about this many players in it. And I remember telling them, we want to win a Super Bowl, and we plan to do that. But if that's all we do, it'll be successful, but it won't really be significant. Because people are going to win Super Bowls every year. 100 years from now, nobody's going to know who won the Super Bowl in 1996. So we've got to do more than that. We've got to make our community a better place to live, not just for the 3 hours on Sunday that we're out on the field, but the other time as well. That's going to make us significant. And we had so many guys that did take that on, and I'm so proud now, 15 years later or 18 years later, what some of those guys are doing in our community to be significant. And that's what's really, really important. And you guys are doing the same thing. You're all working hard. You're at your jobs, in your home, trying to be successful, but then taking that extra step to be significant. And you just never know when that's going to be or what it's going to be and what the difference is going to be. But I just encourage you, because you will know down the road. It won't always show up right away, but down the road, God will let you know. And that happened for me. The very tail end of my coaching career in 2007. We'd won the Super Bowl in 2006. 2007, halfway through the season, we're undefeated. And we're getting ready to play the New England Patriots. They were undefeated as well. And the winner of that game was probably going to get home field advantage and probably going to go to the Super Bowl. And it was a big game, probably the biggest regular season game that I've ever been involved with. And that Thursday, I got approached by a place called The Villages, which is a homeless shelter in Indianapolis. And they said, we'd really like you to make a public service announcement for us. If you could tape this for us, we're going to run this commercial, and it would really help. And so I agreed to do it Thursday night. And after practice Thursday, I got everything done. And I left a little bit early, about 15 minutes earlier than I normally would, went down to the TV station, filmed this public service announcement for The Villages, and just encouraged people to check it out. And went home and never thought anything more about it. Friday's practice came, Saturday, played the game Sunday. It was a great game. We ended up losing 24-20. And New England did go on and go to the Super Bowl. And for probably a year after that, I always thought in my mind, if I'd have stayed maybe 20 minutes longer, maybe I'd have seen one more player, one thing that could have helped. We only needed 4 points. It could have been one play. And maybe I didn't give my team enough of my attention and my energy. And that bugged me for about a year until the next season started. Then I never thought anything about it. Well, 2 years later, I ended up retiring. And 10 minutes before I was going into my retirement press conference, my secretary said, hey, here's a letter, just came in. It was one of the last letters I ever got as head coach of the Colts. And I read it just before I went to the press conference. And I wish I had it in front of me, but I pretty much have it memorized. It said, Dear Coach Dungy, just want to tell you that 2 years ago, I saw, late at night, I was shuttling through late night television, and I saw your PSA for The Villages. My husband and I went down, and because of that public service announcement, we adopted an 11-year-old boy. And she went on to talk about how special he had been with their family and how they felt like their family was complete. And she said, I never would have even known about The Villages had I not seen your public service announcement. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I remember thinking, wow, that's the difference between success and significance. And you guys will get the same thing. Years from now, you'll get a note from somebody, hey, thanks for setting up that All-Pro Dad program. It did this for me, or I was part of it. I was a kid, or I was a dad. And you're going to think back and say, yeah, all the time that I spent at work maybe made me successful, but this is something that was significant. So I just want to encourage you with that and know you're doing something very, very significant, and we appreciate it. Thank you.